So this is a how-to video on replacing the atomizer screen and cleaning the vent hole in an Espar heater. So start by removing the cover, and then first thing you're going to do is remove this T20 Torx screw. And then you're going to want to press in these two tabs at the top here. It's just two little ears sort of, and the whole assembly will pull out. Start unplugging your wires. There should be 3 on the left and 1 on the right, at least in this orientation in the video. So we're after the glow plug. We're going to move this boot out of the way. We're just going to slide it up. Be careful not to damage the wires, they're pretty fragile. Just slide it up out of the way. So now you're going to want to get a 12 millimeter sensor socket. Basically, it's kind of like an O2 sensor socket. You use them for fuel lines too. Just get in there and try to break it loose. Be very careful with this. You're not supposed to use it to break it loose, but I don't see any other way. Doing it by hand is probably more dangerous, so just be careful. Once you break it loose, twist it right on out. Now the next thing you want to do is get a straight pick in between the atomizer screen and the wall of the chamber in there, and just fold them in. Keep folding that screen in on itself so that you can get these thin needle nose pliers in there. Pinch it and try to pull it out. Twisting and pulling at the same time tends to work, but it does take a few attempts. In this particular video, it took me something like 20, maybe 30 attempts, so keep that in mind. It can be a little tricky. There it is right there. So that screen is out. We're going to get the 90-degree pick and just clean out that vent hole. In this orientation, it's on the left side is where the hole is. I'm just getting in there and cleaning out where debris I could see, blow it out. Should probably clean it a little bit more thoroughly, but that should be fine for what I did. This is the new screen. Comes in a little kit with a little install tool. Just put it on the tool, press it into the chamber. No need to go crazy, just kind of twist it in there and press it down. Now that that's in, we'll reinstall the glow plug. Carefully twist it in place. If it starts to bind, I use my my tool to kind of cinch it down a little bit slowly. Don't go heavy on this. I just use one finger and sort of twist it around like that. And once it starts to get a little bit snug, I stop right about here. Right there. I don't go very heavy on that at all. You can break them pretty easily and they're expensive. So just get the boot back down, make sure it's seated all the way. Sometimes it can be a pain to get in, so you just use the back end of a pick. Don't use the pointy end, you'll probably poke a hole in it. So, and you can start plugging your wires back in. Again, paying attention to the orientation of the wires and the plugs. I tucked the wires back in that little space there so it's not getting hit by the fan. Don't forget your last plug on the right side. Plug those in. So just press down at the top where my right thumb is there and just make sure it clicks into place. Those two little ears will spring out and lock it in place. And I like to take these wires and I like to put them in that little pin in the back just so they're sort of kept in place and not pinched by the cover. Go ahead and reinstall your T20 Torx screw. So now just put your top cover back on, put the back in first, and then push the two tabs down the front, make sure they lock. Grab that piece there, spin it on, and you're good to go.